A night in the park, a dodgy white van, and a couple of bags found, but no further trace. What happened to Denise Jarvis?
Welcome to Vanished Voices UK, your new favourite spot for curious missing persons cases, true crime stories, and in-depth investigations.
The disappearance of Denise Jarvis. Vanished from a park and never seen again. On a Wednesday evening in August 2022, Denise Jarvis walked into Southey Park near her parents' home in Kingswood, Bristol, and was never seen again. Denise had left her parents' home after an argument, telling them that she planned to camp in the park to get her head sorted. As of today, Denise remains missing and her whereabouts a mystery. This video will explore who Denise Jarvis was, the events leading up to her disappearance, the police investigation and public response, the various theories that have emerged, and the unanswered questions that continue to haunt her loved ones. Denise Jarvis was born in the late 1970s and raised in Kingswood, an area on the outskirts of Bristol, as the eldest of 3 siblings. After attending St Brendan's sixth form in Bristol, she went on to earn a first-class honours BSc in mathematics from the University of West England. Following graduation, Denise built a successful career in the private sector, holding senior roles with communication companies, including 3 and Vodafone. Friends and family describe her as highly intelligent, very outgoing, successful and kind, someone who lit up any room that she walked into, and whose absence has left them worried sick. Denise is a loving mother, and she remained close to her large loving family, often attending gatherings and celebrations with her parents, brother and sister. Despite the pressures she faced in recent years, the warmth and energy she radiated defined her relationships, making the mystery of her disappearance all the more bewildering to those who knew her best. Denise's mental health had been deteriorating for some time before her disappearance. In late 2021, following the breakdown of her marriage, she separated from her husband and moved back into her parents' home in Kingswood. Shortly afterwards, Denise was sectioned under the Mental Health Act and spent a period in an NHS inpatient unit. Her mother Bernadette has said that the family felt there was no help out there unless Denise formally admitted she was unwell. After leaving hospital, Denise continued to struggle with paranoia and low mood. In the weeks before the 3rd of August 2022, friends noticed that Denise became increasingly withdrawn. When she left home, she was carrying 5 bags, a possible indication that she may have been planning to be away from support for an extended period. This period of mental health crisis and the impact of her divorce form a crucial backdrop to the events that followed, underscoring both the family's concerns for her welfare and the challenge investigators have faced in determining Denise's state of mind on the night that she vanished. Denise was caught on CCTV on the 2nd of August 2022, the day before she went missing. CCTV images captured Denise wearing the distinctive grey sleeveless coat that she was wearing when she was last seen. The following evening on Wednesday the 3rd of August, Denise left her parents' home after an argument, telling them that she planned to camp in the park to get her head sorted. She departed carrying 5 bags of belongings. Her last confirmed sighting was at the entrance to Southey Park, just a few hundred metres from her parents' house. Notably, she did not have her phone or laptop with her. Within days, Avon and Somerset police recovered 2 of those bags in the park. one containing everyday essentials, and the other her keep fit kit, while the remaining 3 bags have never been found. Avon and Somerset Police did not designate Denise Jarvis's disappearance as a high priority case immediately. According to Detective Chief Inspector Ben Lavender, the force had to risk assess each one of the hundreds of missing person reports they receive. He said, "At the time, we all believed, including the family, that Denise would just return, so our actions were proportionate to the risk at the time." It was only 3 months after the 3rd of August that the search was formally stepped up, prompting a wider media appeal and intensified inquiries, by which point much of the critical CCTV footage had already been overwritten. In the following months, with the investigation finally getting the attention it needed, officers completed more than 700 discrete lines of inquiry and spoke to over 90 of Denise's friends, family members and associates. Investigators reviewed scores of local CCTV cameras from Kingswood and surrounding areas in the days before and after the 3rd of August, seeking any trace of Denise's movements beyond Southey Park. All known footage of her in her distinctive grey sleeveless coat has been logged and cross-referenced. Search teams have mounted extensive ground searches throughout Southey Park and its environs, utilising police dog units to follow any scent trails. When sniffer dogs indicated a potential scent, an archaeological specialist team was called in to conduct excavations of that area. Given the relative proximity of the River Avon, dive teams were deployed to scour the watercourse for any sign of Denise or her belongings. Despite these efforts, no further items or human remains have been found. Alongside physical searches, detectives analysed Denise's communication data, examining phone records, social media logins, and prior bank transactions. They continued to follow up every tip via a dedicated online portal. The forces emphasised that any seemingly trivial sighting, unconfirmed report, or scrap of information could prove vital. The scale and persistence of these investigative and search efforts underscore how seriously police now regard this case, and how much remains unknown about what happened after Denise entered Southey Park. Since Denise Jarvis vanished in August 2022, her family and community have mounted relentless public appeals for information. On the 10th of January 2024, Bernadette Lake, Denise's mother, told ITV News that she now fears the worst, but will never give up on finding her daughter. She said, "Hopefully she's alright, but if she's not going to get in touch, you just lose hope, don't you? You think, oh God, what's happened?" In May 2023, a little over 8 months after Denise disappeared, a fresh appeal aired on Channel 5's Vanished, The Hunt for Britain's Missing. New CCTV images of Denise in her grey sleeveless coat was shown, and both Bernadette and Denise's sister Rachel pleaded directly to the public. They said, "She's not another person missing. She's our daughter. She's Rachel's sister. She is loved. If somebody has seen her, we want her back because we love her." Family appeals have coincided with anniversary date campaigns. Ahead of August 2023, Bernadette said, "I won't stop searching. She's our daughter and we love her," and voiced her worst fear, that someone has put her in a van and taken her away. Alongside television features, Denise's case has been promoted via local vigils, social media hashtags such as #FindDeniseJarvis, missing people posters, and community-led search events. Family members continue to host leaflet drops in Kingswood and neighbouring areas, underscoring their determination to keep Denise's disappearance in the public eye. Despite all these family and community appeals, no new confirmed sightings have emerged, fueling both frustration and hope that someone, somewhere, holds the key to finding Denise. These following theories remain unproven, but are the most widely discussed possibilities evaluated against the available evidence. Some have speculated that Denise chose to vanish and rebuild her life elsewhere. Denise had recently discarded her phone and laptop, taken 5 bags and reportedly carried around £3,000 in cash when she left her home. Her family say she spoke of needing to get away and camp in the park to get her head sorted. Her family have put up posters as far away as Thailand, believing that she may have gone somewhere to have a fresh start. However, if this is the case, then she has abandoned her young son and never contacted anyone thereafter. No CCTV footage, phone use data, bank activity or passport use record any trace of her beyond Southey Park, suggesting no secret second life was ever established. Given Denise's documented mental health crisis, it's been suggested that she may have taken her own life. As discussed previously, in late 2021, Denise was sectioned under the Mental Health Act and subsequently struggled with paranoia and low mood. Police have repeatedly stated that they are extremely concerned for her welfare and have said that they must prepare for the worst. However, despite intensive searches, dives in the Avon and other waterways in the area, no body or personal effects beyond the 2 recovered bags have been found. The River Avon is tidal, so searches may not uncover remains or her missing items. While suicide does seem like a strong possibility, it is important to remember that having mental health issues does not always include an element of wanting to end one's own life. The next theory considers that Denise may have suffered a misadventure, slipping into the water somewhere or becoming injured in the park. Southey Park isn't right next to the River Avon, but police carried out searches around the river at Conham, which is about an hour's walk away from Southey Park. This points to the fact that they had reasonable belief that she could have made her way toward that area. It seems quite unlikely that she had an accident, especially in terms of the river, as it was so far out of the way. Southey Park looks relatively small and open. If an accident had happened there, it seems reasonable to assume that the search dogs or authorities would have found her by now. Many believe someone may have intercepted Denise shortly after she entered the park. 3 of her 5 bags disappeared entirely, suggesting they could have been removed by another person. The absence of any confirmed sighting beyond the park entrance deepens suspicion of a third-party involvement. If she had left voluntarily, why would she leave 2 bags behind? And if she decided to end her own life, why would she take 3 bags with her and leave the other 2? Within community discussions on Facebook, some locals have discussed sightings of a strange white van in Southey Park on the morning of the 3rd of August. No registration or firm description was obtained, but this has fueled speculation of third-party involvement. As far as the police know, Denise was not seen leaving, and no suspicious activity was seen while reviewing CCTV, which points to this theory being less likely, but it is hard to work out how much of the park, including exits, are covered by CCTV. Avon and Somerset police say they haven't got any concerns about anyone that knew her and have no suspects among her family, friends, or associates, but this does not rule out an opportunist who may have come across a vulnerable woman, alone and at night. Each of these theories aligns with certain facts, yet seem to conflict with others. In the next section, we will highlight the key unanswered questions that any credible explanation must address. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, several critical questions remain unanswered. Denise left home carrying 5 bags, but only 2 were ever recovered from Southey Park, leaving 3 unaccounted for. What happened to those remaining bags, and could their contents hold vital clues? Police have found no evidence of Denise using her phone, laptop, bank account or social media profiles since her disappearance, a complete digital blackout. If she left voluntarily, how did she vanish so thoroughly off the grid? Would £3,000 last this long? Although her distinctive grey sleeveless coat was captured on local CCTV as she entered Southey Park, there has been no confirmed sightings since on any cameras after that point. Why does every trail vanish at the park boundary? Denise's father, Dave Lake, believed he saw someone matching her description at a Stapleton bus stop, but when he returned the person was gone and no CCTV footage exists to validate this sighting. Was this a genuine glimpse, or a heartbreaking false alarm? Following a sniffer dog indication, an archaeological team excavated a section of the park, yet found no evidence. Why did that targeted search yield nothing, and could the exact scent location have shifted over time? Or could they have just missed her remains? Who was the driver of the so-called dodgy van in the area on that day? Have they come forward to speak to police? And have they been ruled out? There is not much mention of her ex-husband throughout the investigation. While it would be unreasonable to suggest that he had anything to do with her disappearance, have the police ruled him out completely? And finally, why did it take the police so long to recognise the severity of her case? She had serious mental health issues and had vanished from a park at night time. Is that not concerning enough to class her as a high-risk missing person? Anyone with information on Denise Jarvis's whereabouts, no matter how small, should come forward immediately. Avon and Somerset Police continue to treat her disappearance as an active missing person investigation. If you believe you have seen Denise, call 999 and quote 5222 186 376. For non-urgent information, call 101. The charity Missing People is also supporting this appeal. You can report a sighting or share information confidentially via their free 24-hour helpline on 116000 or through their online portal, reference 22-003987. Please share Denise's post on social media using #FindDeniseJarvis. Every share helps keep her case in the public eye and increases the chances that someone with crucial information will come forward. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues, remember that you're not alone. Samaritans are available 24/7 on 116123, or you can contact NHS 111 option 2 for urgent mental health support. Denise's family will never stop looking for her, and neither should we. Please, if you have any information, pick up the phone. It could be the key to bringing Denise home. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, every missing person deserves to be found. Like, comment and subscribe to see more new and cold missing persons cases from the UK.